Michael Chang.
Caitlin Clark isn't just dropping threes, she's dropping jokes too. Who knew she could roast reporters, crack up in goat zoos, and call baseball games from a hotel room? Ever seen someone get dunked on by their own dad mid-game? Yeah, it's that kind of funny. Let's get into her funniest moments. You're gonna laugh way more than she misses shots, which isn't often though.
Did you change something in your game day routine, or do you feel like you're just in a groove right now?
Kind of staying groove. She started hanging out with me more.
Caitlin? Yeah. Oh my God.
1. Interrupting Lexi Hull with childish giggles. Now, let's talk about one of Caitlin Clark's top-tier comedy attacks, randomly cracking up in the middle of Lexi Hull's interview. Poor Lexi was answering a normal, serious question about her role on the team. The reporter asked, "What was your intent there? To try to make an impact as well as you did tonight?" Lexi started off confidently saying, "I would say that's kind of my role." When out of nowhere, Clark burst into giggles like someone had just tickled her brain. Lexi paused, confused, but trying to stay professional. Caitlin, meanwhile, was fighting for her life, trying to hold back more laughter. "Respectful," she said through a fit of giggles, barely keeping it together. At that point, the interview was toast. Everyone started laughing. Reporters, players, probably even the camera crew. Lexi couldn't help but laugh too. It was one of those moments where something just hits you, funny, and there's no coming back.
Vanilla cream instead of coconut cream. Can I have the beach babe too, please?
Golden mug I want to give you. Golden mug means every time you come through Swig, you just get a free refill.
What's your favorite drink?
Woo! Woo!
Second, Swig drive-thru shenanigans. You'd think grabbing a drink at a Swig drive-thru would be a low-key activity, but not when Caitlin Clark is involved. She pulled up to the window with Lexi Hull riding shotgun and casually ordered a fruit soda. "Can I get vanilla cream instead of coconut cream?" she asked, cool as ever. The employee on the other end suddenly paused. Then came the golden question. "Wait, are you really Caitlin Clark?" Without missing a beat, Clark smirked and replied, "Maybe you're Caitlin Clark, right? Maybe." Classic deflection, 10 out of 10 delivery. Lexi and the employee both cracked up. The employee was clearly starstruck but loving it, and Caitlin was just playing along like it was a game show. They ended up chatting and laughing while waiting for their drinks like it was a mini stand-up routine at the drive-thru. And just when you thought it couldn't get better, the owner of the place surprised them with golden mugs that give free refills. Golden mugs. That's like winning the drive-thru lottery. Caitlin grinned and said, "We'll be back," like some soda-fueled Terminator.
You know what? I have no legs, so I can come in here.
No, I feel confident. Let's see.
I'm wearing this jacket.
Oh, get it there.
Oh my God.
You gotta jump.
Tight rims, I'm telling you.
No, I think that might just be you, honestly.
3. Roasting a reporter's jump shot. During a shoot-around with the media, one reporter had the brilliant idea to try shooting hoops in dress clothes. Bold move. He stepped up, took a shot, and missed. Took another shot, missed again. Caitlin stood there, arms crossed, clearly trying not to laugh too hard. "Let's see it," she said, clearly enjoying the show. The guy, looking desperate for a reason to explain the airballs, blamed his outfit. "It's these tight pants," he said, followed by the classic line, "Tight rims too." Clark just smiled and shot back, "Tight rims? Nah, that might just be you." The crowd around them burst out laughing. It wasn't even mean. It was perfectly timed, playful roasting, like a big sister calling you out for saying your Xbox controller is broken when you keep losing. Moments like that remind fans why she's so fun to watch, even when she's not on the court playing. She's competitive, but never takes herself too seriously. Her jokes land just like her three-pointers, clean and confident.
Hits of your soul, you're a comedian. Do you have any updated jokes for me?
Why don't they take tests at the zoo? There's too many cheetahs.
4. Cheetah wordplay, gone wild. During another interview, Caitlin was asked if she had any new jokes. Most athletes might say no and move on. Not Caitlin. She leaned in, grinned, and said, "Why don't they take tests at the zoo?" The room went quiet. Then she dropped the punchline. "Because there's too many cheetahs." There was a half-second of stunned silence before everyone broke down laughing. It wasn't even about the joke being the world's greatest. Let's be honest, it's a classic dad joke, but the way she delivered it was hilarious. She couldn't stop laughing at herself, which made it even funnier. The reporter looked like he got hit by a pun truck. He tried to recover, but Clark's giggle fit had already stolen the show. That moment showed off the side of her that fans love. Playful, goofy, and not afraid to throw out a joke even if it's a little cheesy. It's refreshing to see a top athlete who can make millions laugh with something as simple as a zoo pun. Honestly, who doesn't love a good pun now and then?
The University of Iowa announced that basketball star Caitlin Clark
Write some jokes, and it would mean a lot to me if you read some of them.
This year, Caitlin Clark broke the record for three-pointers in a single season.
A souvenir. It's an apron signed by me.
5th SNL Weekend Update Roast Fest. When Caitlin Clark showed up on Saturday Night Live's Weekend Update, she didn't just bring her basketball stats. She brought jokes, attitude, and the kind of confidence that makes the whole room go silent before bursting into laughter. Michael Che started things off with a classic roast, saying, "The University of Iowa announced that Caitlin Clark will have her jersey retired and replaced with an apron." The crowd cracked up, but Clark, she looked ready. Cool as ever, she pulled out a folded piece of paper and handed it to Che like she was giving a kid a permission slip. "Here," she said, "read this." Che started reading her pointers like he was reading his own roast. This year, Caitlin Clark broke the record for 3-pointers in a season. And I have 3 pointers for Michael Che. 1, B, 2, funnier, 3, dumbass. That third one hit like a buzzer beater. The audience howled. Even Che had to laugh. Clark just stood there, grinning like, "Yeah, I said it."
Fight over me. Don't fight over me, okay? Wait, I don't remember who I fed. What if I'm repeating? I'm just like, look at me.
6th Goat Petting Zoo comedy show. Caitlin Clark doesn't just shine on the basketball court, she can steal the show even at a goat petting zoo. During a team visit, she was feeding a bunch of baby goats when things quickly turned into something straight out of a comedy sketch. As the little goats rushed her like super fans at a meet and greet, Clark put on her best diva voice and said, "All right, relax everybody. Don't fight over me, okay?" The goats weren't listening. They just kept crowding her like she was handing out free snacks and selfies. Her teammates in the background couldn't stop laughing, and honestly, neither could anyone watching the clip online. And here's the best part. Fans were quick to spot the ultimate punchline, the goat feeding goats. It practically wrote itself. Clark, who's been called the greatest of all time by basketball lovers, was now getting mobbed by actual goats. She kept feeding them while making sassy side comments like, "One at a time, please. I only have 2 hands." You could tell she was having the time of her life. It was supposed to be a chill team outing, but Caitlin turned it into her own comedy hour. Who knew baby goats could make such excellent scene partners?
I just want to sleep for like 3 weeks straight after the season's over.
You want to sleep for 3 weeks straight during the season too?
That too. I love sleeping.
7. Playful jabs at boyfriend Connor. Caitlin Clark's humor doesn't just show up on the court. It also shines in her personal life, especially when she's joking around with her boyfriend, Connor McCaffrey. One of their funniest exchanges happened when Clark jokingly said she wanted to sleep for 3 weeks straight after the season. Connor, not missing a beat, asked, "You want to sleep for 3 weeks straight?" Clark doubled down, laughing, and replied, "During the season, that too. I love sleeping. It's awesome." It's a relatable moment for anyone who's just a little tired and dreaming of a serious nap marathon. But that's not the only funny moment between the couple. In another interview, Caitlin was quick to throw a little friendly roast Connor's way. She casually mentioned that she dominates him in shooting competitions. "It gets a little heated. I definitely outshoot him way more than he outshoots me, but he tries to think otherwise," she said with a playful smirk. You can feel the competition between them, but it's all in good fun. Their dynamic is the kind of easygoing, affectionate banter that makes fans smile. Who doesn't love a couple that can roast each other, but still have a ton of respect and admiration?
Stop. Rojas throws it over to first base, and that's not going to be enough. That's an infield single by Contreras. We're in the bottom of the 4th. We got a score of 1-0 to the Phillies. Runner on first, no outs. This brings someone to the plate. One time for the right now.
8. Phillies baseball commentary goes viral. Who knew Caitlin Clark had a hidden talent for sports commentary? During a casual hangout, Lexi Hull caught her delivering a full play-by-play commentary on a Philadelphia Phillies baseball game. Clark, with the confidence of a seasoned sportscaster, narrated every play like it was the most important thing in the world. "And that ball's hit to the shortstop. Ruiz throws it over to first base, and that's not going to be enough," Clark said, adding a level of seriousness that made everyone crack up. It was like watching a professional announcer calling a game. Except, of course, she was more focused on having fun than actually analyzing the game. The video of her commentary went viral, and fans couldn't get enough. "The Phillies leading 1-0, we'll be back in a minute for 30 seconds, she added, clearly committed to the bit. It's almost like Clark was auditioning for a second career as a sports commentator. Her natural comedic timing and delivery were perfect. The Phillies organization was so impressed by her performance that they invited her to broadcast an actual game. Talk about turning a casual moment into a viral sensation. 9. Tapped out Out by Katie Lou. Caitlin Clark's playful side is no secret. She's got that fun, kid-like energy that keeps everyone around her laughing. But sometimes, that energy needs to be toned down. And that's exactly what happened during a warm-up session with her teammate, Katie Lou Samuelson. The scene was like something out of a wrestling match as Clark got caught in a submission hold. There she was, dramatically tapping out, surrendering with all the flair of a WWE star. The whole team burst out laughing, unable to hold it together as Clark made her defeat a theatrical spectacle. Katie Lou later explained, "She's just such a kid sometimes. She keeps everything light, but sometimes you've got to put her in place." You can tell there's a lot of love and playful rivalry in the team dynamic. Clark isn't just known for her incredible basketball skills, she's also the one keeping the vibe fun. But even she can't escape getting put in place when Katie Lou's around.
Now they understand what she's seeing. They understand how to move, and if they're open, she will find them.
Martin commits the foul.
10. Dad shuts down her foul complaints. Even when Caitlin Clark is on the court, dominating the game, she's still a daughter who gets some classic dad advice. During a game, after a foul call, Clark voiced her frustration and started complaining about the play. In that moment, her dad, who was in the stands, calmly called her out. "Stop complaining," he said, in that no-nonsense way only a dad can pull off. It was like every person who's ever been told to get over it by their parents during a moment of frustration could relate. The whole thing was caught on camera, and fans went wild over how relatable the exchange was. There's something so special about seeing a superstar like Caitlin Clark, who's known for her competitive fire, being gently put in check by her dad. It's a reminder that no matter how successful you are, you'll always be that kid who gets called out when you're whining. That little moment of dad wisdom added a wholesome touch to Caitlin's comedic side, proving that she's not just about basketball. It's the funny, real-life moments like these that show her true personality. Whether she's wrestling with teammates, delivering commentary for a Phillies game, joking around with her boyfriend, or getting schooled by her dad, Caitlin Clark keeps things light and fun. She's got that infectious personality that makes her a joy to watch both on and off the court. Who wouldn't want to hang out with someone who can make you laugh at any given moment? Which moment was your favorite? Do let us know in the comments below, and for more such amazing videos, do subscribe to our channel.